One of the options you can ask the manufacturer for is what kind of help will you get when it comes time to put the dryer together. You can see on this particular dryer these white stickers, and those white stickers are to help the customer put this dryer back together the way we have it now. So for example, this sticker tells the customer that this temperature control bolts on here. Now there's a sticker here that says temperature control, but that little white piece of paper that can be peeled off tells the customer that the bolt is located right there. The same thing is true for the control box and the temperature control here, and we have the same notes on the opposite side of the dryer. Up on top of the rail we have notes because this dryer is going to Africa, and we will have to mount a transformer underneath the rail here for the voltage of the country where this dryer is going. So this little note tells the customer how to mount the transformer. Now we will provide, and any manufacturer should provide you with a manual, and you want to hang on to those manuals because there's a lot of useful information in them. However, sometimes people can't read, like in a foreign country, or they don't read, and when the sticker is right there, they're going to pay more attention when they put the dryer together. So that's an option you can ask about. There's another issue that's important on these dryers, and that is the speed dial. These speed dials have numbers, but those numbers apparently don't have any meaning. We're going to give that dial meaning, and here's how we do it. It's very simple. What you can do is all these numbers that are on the dial, write them on a piece of paper in a column, and then turn the dial on, select any number, put a piece of paper on the belt, and measure the seconds from when the paper goes in under the hood until the paper comes out. Whatever that number of seconds is, write that number of seconds on your paper next to the number that you had selected on the dial. Now turn the dial to another number, put the paper on the belt, repeat the process, because now the belt's going to go faster or slower, and you're going to get a different number of seconds. So you're going to convert all these numbers that you thought were meaningless to seconds. And you're going to find in the operations of your business that different types of printing require different numbers of seconds. So if we're printing, for example, a 50-50 white t-shirt, it might be cured in 20 or 30 seconds. 100% heavyweight cotton might require a minute and 5 seconds. A three-dimensional ink might require 2 minutes. So you want to know that and put that information on that piece of paper, so every time you print a specific type of job, you'll be using the most efficient setting and minimizing your cost of power when you're running that job. So knowing about that dial is critical to saving money in your business. What about maintenance? Because maintenance can be a cost to operating any equipment. Well, first thing is on your vent, and you should always vent these dryers to the outside world. You do not want the lint in your shop. And that lint will be going through a galvanized pipe. Once a year you should take that galvanized pipe down, just like your clothes dryer at home, and run a towel through it, clean out the lint, because the lint will gather and stick to the walls of the galvanized pipe. So we should clean that pipe out at least once a year. Another issue on maintenance is how easy or difficult is it to remove the hood of the dryer. Some manufacturers pop rivet these hoods on, and if you have to get underneath the hood, cutting off all those pop rivets can be a major task. So that's something you want to ask about. The option would be to bolt the hood on. So for example, bolt in the 4 corners and bolt in the center to hold the hood to the rail. You want those bolts so you can get at them easily and remove the hood. Of course, before you do any inspection or any repair to a dryer, the first thing to do is unplug the dryer, so you take absolutely no chance of any current being in this dryer, for your safety, of course. So you want to be able to remove the hood easily. Once it's removed, what are we faced with then? Everything that's important to us should be out, easily accessible. Well, you're going to be looking at the infrared heaters and the wires to make sure the wires are connected, and you want that easily displayed. A dryer can be designed to be very simple so that anybody, or almost anybody, can work on it. In other words, you don't have to be a licensed electrician to be able to make the repairs. On the other hand, some dryers are so complicated that even a commercial electrician who is licensed cannot figure them out. So you want to ask about the design of the dryer. How simple or complex is it, and how easy would it be to work on if that occurred? If the commercial electrician can't fix it, then you'll be calling the manufacturer, and he will have to send a repair person who might not be available for 10 days, and meanwhile your business could be in chaos while you're waiting for that factory rep to arrive. So you want something that's easy to fix yourself, where you can order the parts yourself and install them yourself if that becomes an issue. One of the issues with maintenance is the infrared panel, or it could be a glass tube or a series of glass tubes. The problem with glass tubes is they're going to have to be replaced at your expense. On the other hand, the problem with infrared is the quality. If the quality is poor, then here's what you're going to experience. The infrared panels are going to delaminate. When they're cold and you touch the panel, you'll find that they're soft. They should never be soft. They should be hard. And you don't want them flaking or otherwise coming apart on you. Because if you experience that softness, the delamination, or any of those issues, then you're going to be spending. So you want to look at maintenance, because that is part of the cost of ownership and is as important as the price you pay when you bought that conveyor. So these are some of the issues of a conveyor. It's not just simply the purchase price, it's the cost of ownership, which will be more than the cost of buying that dryer. I hope that this video on conveyor dryers helps you select and operate the conveyor that's best for your business.